How's it going, everyone? My name is Sean, and welcome to the Courageour Frights. It's been quite a while since I did a manga breakdown for Gamera code Thyrsos, but here we are for the long-awaited Chapter 3. If you're new to these videos, back in September of last year, Gamera Rebirth, a brand new anime series chronicling the adventures of the giant flying fire-breathing turtle Kaiju Gamera, was released on Netflix, the first visual media of any kind for the franchise in over 15 years, and shortly after, a spin-off prequel manga titled Gamera Rebirth Code Thyrsos was released. I covered the first couple of chapters on this channel, so if you haven't already, be sure to check those out before watching this video. So without further ado, let's find out what Lucius has been up to over the past few months. We pick up some time after Lucius has left and follow his progress at the Laptis research facility, where we see that at Department 1, the nobles are arguing over whether or not they believe he'll be able to deliver on his promises based on the specs of a prototype Kaiju he's developing. Next, we cut to Department 3. This is Lucius's lab, where we see he is generally well liked by his coworker, and Luna, the daughter of Kikurus, a leading member of one of the noble houses of Tata and owner of the facility, is visiting and asks Lucius about his current projects. While he's distracted, the noble scientist we saw earlier, who doubted Lucius's abilities, sneaks past and slyly steals the blueprints of one of Lucius's latest Kaiju designs. We discover that there is to be a public demonstration pitting Department 1 against Department 3 to see who has the mightiest Kaiju, with the surviving team being declared the winner. The first contestant from Department 1 is a giant bat-like monster called Baura, while Department 3 is represented by a whale-like kaiju called Sora. Baura quickly takes the advantage, raking Sora with its sharp claws and tearing into his flesh. The giant whale seems helpless to resist the speed and ferocity of the bat monster's attacks. Baura cuts into its belly and begins eating its entrails, while the Department 1 chief begins to gloat to Lucius, stating that his defeat was inevitable and revealing his true objective of getting Lucius to switch over to his department. During this exchange, Lucius reveals that he is aware of the deception that was pulled earlier and informs the noble scientist that the data he stole was incomplete and didn't reveal Sora's secret weapon. We find out that when Sora's body temperature rises, the fluids and fat turn into a gas and effectively makes the whale beast a massive flamethrower, which it then proceeds to use to incinerate Baura, killing it instantly and giving the victory to Lucius's department. The noble is stunned by the loss, and Kikurus and his daughter, Luna, congratulate Lucius. As expected, Lucius's Department 3 is given a massive boost in funding, while Department 1 is kept on to prove themselves later, if at all possible. Back at the old facility in Elistania, we see that Sika has made massive strides in her studies, as she reveals Bodera, a kaiju of her own design, to her uncle Aldo, and reveals that she plans to compete against her brother to show that she isn't useless anymore. The interesting element about Bodera is that Sika mentions that it has a heightened intelligence, which she claims is on par with a whale, and that it is capable of understanding some human speech. Personally, I think that Baura seems like an obvious prototype for Gauss, given its bat-like nature, and it appears to be the original flying kaiju. However, I think elements of both Bodera and Sora may eventually combine to become Gamera in the future. Sora's fire-breathing ability combined with Bodera's intellect and ability to communicate with humans, something it seems no one before Sika has really seemed to be interested with, both seem like important stepping stones to creating the flame-throwing friend of all children. Bookwalker and Young Aesop, the publishers/distributors of this manga, seem to have completely overhauled their sites, so I'm not sure about the availability of these going forward. It claims the next volume will be available on February 23rd, however, previously a chapter was announced for January 26th that doesn't seem to be anywhere on either website, and currently only one chapter seems to be available on the Japanese site, which is likely due to the fact that a print manga covering chapters 1 through 3 has been released in Japan, which you can order on the Bookwalker website or the usual stores like Amazon Japan. It's also available from a variety of sellers on eBay for international customers if you're interested in picking up a copy. Also of interest for fans of Gamera Rebirth is an art book that is also likely available on the same sites. I will try to continue doing these in the future, however there might be a bit of a delay pending on the availability of future issues, so apologies in advance. Hope you all have a safe and fantastic day, and as always, thanks for watching.